The physical comedian seems fated to be the victim of his own comedy. And not only does he suffer from violence, he is also constantly at the mercy of magic. Many of the tricks which the comedian uses to amuse us are similar to those which the magician uses to astonish us. For instance, a lot of visual jokes are based on people suddenly appearing or disappearing. The sudden appearance and the sudden disappearance are important elements in slapstick. If someone falls over, it is funnier if they disappear at the same time.
May be seated.
And the farce of people running in and out of doors is comic because it provides a rapid sequence of appearances and disappearances. The faster a character shoots in and out of vision, the more effective it is likely to be.
Oh, it's only you, Ralph. How's it going? Great!
Apart from appearances and disappearances, the main business of the magician is to achieve transformations, turning one thing into something else. A magical transformation becomes comic when it is absurd as well as astonishing.
Get out.
There, great plus, please. One click. Nobody is going to steal that.
Yeah, with the H-rate you get one of these. One click. Nobody's going to steal that either.
The first person to make surreal jokes using film magic was Georges Méliès, working in France at the turn of the century. His films are full of sudden appearances, disappearances, and transformations, achieved through simple camera tricks. Of course, when the comedy depends on tricks like these, it has more to do with the mind behind the camera than the performer in front of it. He has to resign himself to becoming a victim of the effects. The most commonly used camera trick is that of speeding up the action. This makes any kind of movement look mechanical and therefore comic. It was a device much used by Méliès, and it has never gone out of fashion.
On your left, the House of Parliament. On your right, the Tower of London. On your left, Buckingham Palace. Right, Piccadilly Circus. Left, Trafalgar Square. Right, Lewisham. Left, the Upfield of Kent. And here we are at the seaside.
It has often been said that all comedy is rooted in fear. The things we laugh at are closely related to the things which frighten us. The world of spooks and hauntings, for instance, is very popular among comedians because haunted places are full of all those elements which make comedy happen. Like sudden appearances.
Yes. The special effects nowadays tend to be more sophisticated than a simple sheet over the head. But the haunted house tradition lives on in films like Ghostbusters. There's a sudden appearance joke. Although the effects are more elaborate in an expensive film like this, the principles of comedy are just the same. There's an object come to life, which is also a joke about proportion.
One of the joys of visual comedy is the sheer pleasure of being liberated from boring old everyday reality into a bizarre dream world where anything is possible. Comedy is a license to fish out the strangest images from the depths of our unconscious.
You may be starting to see how the different methods of visual comedy all tend to strip people of their normal human dignity. You can achieve this by hitting someone over the head with a fish or by transforming them into a toilet. But you can also do it simply by imitating them.
One person imitating another is funny. The sheer impudence of it is funny. If the imitation is exaggerated, it becomes parody. This is imitation which implies some ridicule of the person being imitated. If the person being parodied is a representative of power and authority, then the parody becomes satire.
Hi!
In satire, visual comedy is used as a weapon.
Screen test number 73, Ronald Reagan, take one. Cut! Take two.
Frankly, my dam, I don't give a dear.
Cut! Take three.
Dearly, my Frank, I don't damn a give.
Cut! Take 37.
Hi, dear, I'm Frank. Give Madam a donut.
Cut!
An endless amount of modern comedy is based on parodies of well-known films and TV programs. This immediately gives the comedian a form and structure within which he can work.
Help! 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 Help!
The handy thing about parody, to be frank, is that you don't have to think up too many original ideas, and you can still get 3 different kinds of comedy happening at once. There's the fact that you've got the comedian imitating the mannerisms of a well-known character. There are jokes about the mechanics of the parody itself. And there is the opportunity to send up the visual style of the original film. If the production values don't quite match those of the original, well, you can say that's all part of the joke.